I was just like, Britt, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. What happens?
I messed it up.
Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Loc Goddess. Welcome back to my corner where I inspire others to dream more, live more, and become more. If you clicked on this video, then you already know what time it is. It is story time. It is story time. Anyway, so technically this is my first time doing a story time on my channel. I asked you guys, I think last weekend on like a poll about like what type of things y'all would want to see next. Some of you guys said like dating and relationship advice. Some of you guys said story times. I'm gonna make sure I give y'all all of those things. But for now, since I have done a few vlogs on my channel, I wanted to go ahead and do a chit chat since it's been a couple of videos since I've done one. I know I always try to have a drink when it comes to talking on camera. Today I just have water in my cute little cup that babe bought me for Christmas, and y'all will see my ghetto little straw in here because I don't want to get the straw that goes to this cup messed up with my lipstick, so we're just gonna use a plastic one. I promise I still love the turtles, y'all, for real. I still love the turtles. Please, if you guys like the story time, if y'all like me sitting here giving y'all the gist about my relationship or just like my experiences in Nigeria, please give me a thumbs up, and please make sure you subscribe to my channel, y'all. This story time is going to be me telling you guys the story of how it was when I met my Nigerian in-laws. I'm gonna try to like sprinkle in some little tips that you can kind of keep in mind if you are not Nigerian but you want to still get that A+ when it comes to meeting them for the first time. Yeah, we're gonna fast forward to December 2018. I actually went to Nigeria. If you've been following me for a while, then you know that I've been to Nigeria 2 times. The job that I had at the time, listen, let's just say I had a lot of flexibility, okay? Basically, I was able to go to Nigeria for about a month and a half, about a month and 10 days or something like that. So December 2018, me and babe had been dating for about a year at this point, I think. It was almost a year. It was like coming up onto a year. Now, when I went to Nigeria the first time, I only stayed in Lagos, right? But the second time around, I stayed in Lagos, but then we eventually traveled to Ibadan, which is in Oyo State. Ibadan is a city located in Oyo State, which is in Nigeria, which is about 2 hours or so from Lagos or whatever. A few days before Christmas, we traveled there because if you know, Dead Sea December. It's so much fun going to Nigeria in December. It was like ideal for us to travel. Like that's actually where babe is originally from. He is not from Lagos State. He's from Oyo State. For Christmas that year, specifically, we decided to travel to his home city and state for Christmas. We get to, you know, Ibadan or whatever, and we actually arrived at his family house. I'm already like super nervous because everybody's just like expecting us. You know what I mean? Like babe bringing his boo around, and that's a big thing. That's a low-key a big thing, especially because of the fact that I came from so far away. I was excited at the same time. I was nervous. Prior to meeting his parents, me and babe did go over some things like, okay, what can I do? I'm trying to get all the brownie points. They're gonna look at me as like Iyawo. They're gonna look at me as like, okay, our son is gonna be with you for the rest of his life and you American. And I already know the tea behind the way like certain, you know, African cultures look at Americans. So y'all, I was on a mission to like prove myself. Like I promise I can be the perfect wife for you. I was like, I want them to love me. You know what I mean? So I'm paranoid. Like, what are they gonna think about my hair? What are they gonna think about what I'm wearing? What are they gonna think about my accent? Like I'm thinking about all these different things because I have never been introduced to parents on this deep of a level. I was very sure in my heart at that point. So meeting his parents was like, it wasn't out of the question for us, to be honest. A few days before Christmas, this had to have been like maybe the 21st or the 22nd or something like that. Me and babe had already had a conversation. We already talked about, like, I'm asking him like,
what can I do to like prove to your mama that like I'm the one?
I wasn't too worried about the dad because I felt like, you know, dads be chill, but boy was I wrong, and we're gonna get into that. Babe was just like trying to give me pointers. More so like he was basically just like, be yourself. A lot of the things were common sense. Like if you were raised in a home when it came to like respect, and obviously, you know, like the yes ma'am, the no ma'am, you know, not dressing all skimpy with your shirt cut all low, like that's too much when it comes to me and parents. That was the obvious, but this one particular thing is what probably had me the most nervous. And that is something in the Yoruba culture where you greet your elders. So you do that either by kneeling for women or prostrate for men. You walk into an area where there's like people who are older than you, as a form of respect, you kind of like kneel to them. It's not like you're worshiping them, like you don't be in there like bowing going down, it's kind of hard to explain. Y'all will have to just like research it, or I'm gonna try to, I don't know if I can find a video or just something. After you're done kneeling, what happens is that the older person basically just kind of like hugs you, and that's their way of like saying, okay, like, you know, you can stand up. I was a little nervous because obviously this is something that's like completely different. In American culture, like, y'all know, I mean, especially like Black culture, like, of course, if you were raised in a home of like respect, you know, certain things like yes ma'am, no ma'am, saying yes instead of saying what when your parents call your name. But as far as like the formal like kneel, I was really nervous about that. And Babe did specifically let me know, like, you don't necessarily have to do this, like, because you're American and they're not going to be expecting you to do it. But like I told y'all, I was trying to get the brownie points, so I was like, let me do. Okay, you want me to kneel down? Okay, cool. Okay, you want me to do this? Okay. The day that I actually met his mom, like all of his family was around, like his siblings. It was nerve-wracking for me. And to be honest, it was just kind of awkward because I had never done it before. I was just like, Britt, don't mess this up. Don't mess this up. What happens?
I messed it up.
Get to his family house or whatever. It's time to meet the mom, right? It's fast forward, time to meet the mom. We done rehearsed. I done said all I could say. I done prayed, like, God, please don't let me fumble. Don't let me say nothing crazy. Like, let this just go smooth. The day comes and I'm like, boom, boom. My heart was like racing, like I was so nervous. But finally, you know, his mom shows up or whatever. And obviously where we were sitting at in the living room, we could see her like walking like from outside or whatever. So she comes in the house. It's like, bruh, my neck started getting hot. Let me tell you guys one thing about me too. One of the biggest ways you can tell whether or not I'm nervous is that I smile a lot. Like I will be cheesing back. I was just like, oh my God, like, you know, so of course when you meet like somebody that's about to be like your in-law, you want to just be like, ah. His mom walks in and she's like, hello, hello. You know, so I like go over there. I'm like racing over there to her. Ooh. And then here comes the part where I go down to kneel to her, right? I'm like, Britt, this is your time. This your chance, sis. Like show her that you could be in the motherfucking culture. Like show her what you got. I'm like, okay. So, you know, his mom shows up and I'm like, mom. And like I told y'all, I'm nervous. So I'm smiling like my freaking cheeks are hurting at this point from smiling so hard. And so I go down to kneel, right? So I kneel, you know, going down there was fine. Got on one knee, on the other knee. She gave me the hug. That was a signal to stand up.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Y'all, why when I stand up, why did my braces wire get caught in her dress?
Oh my God, oh my God.
Y'all, talk about it. Like, I didn't even know what to do. Just imagine, like, if you have braces, it was the most embarrassing thing ever. She had on, like, obviously his mom is older, so she had on like a traditional, like, Nigerian mom type outfit. She had on like a wrapper and, you know, a cute little top to match, and she had a gele on or whatever. Apparently, I was smiling too hard. I was like panicking. I was like, oh my God. Like, this is in my head. I'm like freaking out. Like, oh my goodness. I was just so embarrassed. But luckily, like, the way that I was like turned toward his mom, his family was just more so, his other family was like more so behind us. So y'all, oh my God, I hurried up and like tried to like tear my braces out of her freaking shirt. And it was like a little thread that was hanging. Child, listen. Ghetto. It was a lot. Okay. I wanted to melt into a puddle. Like, bruh, somebody shoot me in the head right now. This cannot be life. This moment that I have been waiting for all this time, and this is what happens. Most embarrassing moment of probably like our relationship, for real. But like I said, the good thing is that it happened so fast that like I don't even know if she actually noticed. I think she did, but it wasn't like a lot. But she was too busy being like super excited. We just hugged and she was just like, you know, how are you doing and how are you like in Nigeria? For the most part though, honestly, his mom was like super chill. It was a beautiful experience. Like the rest of that day, you know, we got to hang out, like we ate. That was the story of me and his mom. Like I said, that was the embarrassing part. When I met his dad, right, it was kind of nerve-wracking too, because like obviously like the dad is like, this is the patriarch of the family, you know what I mean? Like I'm really trying to make sure that I impress his dad. Like even though I was more nervous to meet his mom because I thought that the dad was gonna be really chill, right? Like, okay, you know, dads be real easygoing. His daddy won't have it. We get to his dad's house. I didn't meet his mom and his dad the same day. I met them on different days or whatever. The day that I met his dad, it was like, you know, nerve-wracking a little bit, but not as much. So before I walked into his dad's house, his dad has like, they have like this big old family house or whatever. So as I walk into his dad's house, I actually had a dress on. Now, y'all, I made sure the dress came. The dress was giving Miss Mary Mac. The dress was giving none. The dress was nice and long. Prior to walking into his dad's house, I went to go like basically walk up the steps to be able to go into his dad's house. His older sister kind of like tapped me and was like, you know, she was kind of like trying to coach me a little bit, like make sure you say "Ekason-sa." That basically just means like good afternoon, sir. His dad was actually sitting down. That was the difference between with his mom and with his dad. When I walked in, I had to like walk a little bit like through the living room to get to where his dad was. When you first walk in the house, it's kind of like a hallway, and then you get to the living room. So I walked down the hallway, and I get to the living room, and his dad's sitting right there. He's sitting like on a chair like this, like kicking back, like yeah, this big daddy. Like, so I walk in, I'm like, oh, you know, hello, sir, Katsunsa. Like, you know, I say, you know, his sister gave me the tea, and that's what I did. I went, you know, and I kneeled down to his dad, and his dad kind of like gave me the, oh, okay, no, it's okay, like stand up. And I sat down, and I say, he wasted no time with the question. He was asking, like, he started off asking like real normal questions, like, you know, how are you like in Nigeria? Shortly after, he was just like, so when are you planning to have a baby?
And
Ooh, dang, we just coming with it like that. Me having African friends, like I kind of like had a very slight idea about African parents and how they feel about like marriage and, you know, having babies. When you are dating a Nigerian specifically, be aware of the fact that they are going to ask you about kids. So if that's an uncomfortable topic, then you better like shake it off and, you know, get yourself together, because they're going to ask you about kids. So daddy like, so when y'all having kids? I was like, I don't know. I was just like, you know, whenever, you know, circumstances are really ideal for both of us, you know, I'm trying to give him like this proper answer. So he's like, okay. And so then he's asking, he asked about like my career. He asked me what my intentions were with his son. When it's the son trying to pursue the woman, you know, the woman's dad usually asks like, so what do you want with my daughter? Like, nigga, I'll beat your ass if you break my daughter's heart. To be completely honest, I really enjoyed talking to his dad, because questions that he asked, it kind of like made us have really good conversation. Overall, it was a really beautiful experience. I did get super embarrassed meeting his mom, but overall, we ended up bonding very well between his mom and his dad. I have a really good relationship with them even till now. Yes, they both still be asking about kids, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. I'm really glad that I not only got to meet them, but I got to meet them in Nigeria. Just overall, like a really positive experience. It was very different. That is the story of how I met my Nigerian in-laws. That's gonna be it for this video, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed the story time. Hopefully it wasn't too long, or hopefully it won't too not interesting. I wanted to just like give y'all a little something different. Again, we are trying to do all different types of content this year. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Please follow me, y'all. We're trying to grow over there. Please follow me on Instagram. And thank you so much for watching. See y'all in my next video. Bye.